match yesterday against Chris Boca from New Jersey. Actually got body locked to his back for 4 and ended up coming back and winning the match 17-7.
I predict some good hand fighting going on in this match right here, fellas.
Way to go out on a limb, Hardell. I like it.
You know.
Plott's got that nice lefty swing single, man. He does it with a near arm far leg. I saw him do it yesterday to the far leg. You know, it ended up going like almost a fireman's outfit. Assad's in deep. Goes to waterfall here. He's got that ankle. Crack him back down to the mat.
He's trying to get that
Plott's
arm
trying
out
to
of there.
chase that
What he's trying
top
to do,
ankle.
Get that arm out around his waist.
Plott's got top ankle. He's okay here if he can get height.
He's got to get his
He's
head
got to get height and bump.
Got to win the battle. Oh, they call a stalemate in that position. I thought she might have let him wrestle through there a little bit
She
longer.
should have let him wrestle through that a little bit. We got one of the best guys in the business, Sammy Julian, here, a couple
nice swing
seats
single
down.
there from Dust, looking for a dump.
Goes straight arm, trying to get above the knee now. Walks up to his feet.
Getting him high.
This is important here.
This is crucial here. He's got to score in this position.
Get him to the edge, which is really smart. That's what we teach our guys. Now the worst you get is 1.
Yep. Advantage Plott on that one.
They're looking for caution in 1. Nope. Just 1. 1 blue. We'll get into it as the time goes on the criteria for individual matches, but as my friend Cornell Robinson said, the criteria is pretty simple. Best, worst, last. We'll get into that simple. We'll try to avoid the Kevin Hart comedy routine this year with Hardell and I, but it could happen.
It could happen.
You never know. Another near arm.
Another near arm. He's in there. He's looking to lift up.
High crotch.
Look to block it up.
Abe's trying to pass the shoulder here.
No, he's really outmoved Assad.
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
First,
Oh!
Got to get those hips
kind of
down.
outmaneuvered him.
This is going to be... No, he stayed chest down.
Stayed chest down, though. Yep, they gave
White
two blue there. Good
No,
job
they did
there.
not. No,
Let's see
they
if
two
they
blue.
confirm it's two
Yeah.
blue there.
They white paddled the red,
Paddled
though.
the red, though.
He never exposed.
No, it was the right call.
Never exposed. Abe did a good job of countering that earlier on. Dustin did a good job trying to get
Oh.
back in that position. Oh, here comes the
All right,
blue.
we're going to go pink brick. So real quick, just to explain this, best, worst, last. If there's a tie, the person with the highest scoring move, I know you guys know this, but the people listening at home, so a 4-point move beats 2 2s. If the next thing would be the person with the most cautions against them, so the more penalties, and then if all else fails, then it's last point. So while we got a chance, I want to make a big announcement. On January 18th, Beat the Street Chicago is going to have 8 nationally ranked teams coming up for their dual meet event. It's going to be Bergen Catholic, Lake Highland Prep, Montini Catholic, Tuttle, Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Liberty, Missouri, Fort Dodge, Iowa, and Oak Park River Forest. It's going to be 2 pools of 4. There's guys going to be in here like Robbie Howard, Nick Bazakis, Dylan Ragusin, Dustin Plott, Jeremiah Reno, Graydon Penner, Drake Ayala, Jake Rundell. All the money goes to Beat the Street Chicago. Jaden Cox is going to be there as well. You guys know, and Eric, you know I'm on the board of something like that. Wrestling really does a great job of helping people have opportunities in life they might not otherwise have.
No, the Beat the Streets program's done a wonderful job for all those kids in all those communities. Pretty closely tied with Beat the Streets Los Angeles, and it's wonderful to see what they're doing there. Obviously, Beat the Streets New York is the
it's a flagship, right?
It's the flagship program that everybody's aspiring to get to, but they do a great job. It's good to see that Chicago one really taking off.
Well, we've got 2 Oklahoma teams in this Beat the Streets Chicago as well. You know, I worked hard to get Tuttle and Broken Arrow in there. I think they're going to get a chance to represent Hardell, Oklahoma wrestling at a national level, right?
Yeah, and you got 2 quality high school programs in there. Not only quality high school programs, you got 2 quality high school coaches and folks and people with all the young men and women that they inspire. Broken Arrow's going to be the first school in Oklahoma to have a women's wrestling program. So Beat the Streets is just an awesome organization, and what they're doing for these kids and the sport of wrestling is extremely important.
I'm going to give a shout out to my guy Mike Powell for putting all that together. He put me on the board of directors up there. I went to the gala at the beginning of the month. They raised over $250,000 for inner city and underprivileged kids in one evening, which is just an amazing accomplishment. We're back to the action. Illinois lost the challenge.
I don't know. What do you think, Hard? I mean, just from a coaching standpoint, it seemed to me like an ill-advised challenge.
Yeah.
They didn't have the right angle. And one thing, when you visit with these referees, they tell you, think about the angle you had on the maneuver and whether the referee had the better angle. Mm-hmm. And I'm just, from this vantage point, sitting here behind the microphone, really within earshot of
Sammy
Julian over here, he had the better angle.
Yeah.
And I don't think they were really in position, and really essentially didn't change a whole lot, but it did take it to 4-0. So, in a match like this, that's a big point.
Yeah, that's a big point, man. And, kind of like we were talking over here, it looked like his hips rotated, but that upper body somehow, some way did not break. And, you bring up a great point, Eric, with the angle that they had from that far side. And all in all, they're out there battling for the guy, and that's the risk that they took.
So we're at the end of the first period. It's 4-0 Blue. Okay? And like you guys are saying, it's not just that they lost the point, they lost the challenge for the rest of this match.
Yeah.
And you never know what's going to happen where, these guys are all going to obviously let the fur fly.
Yeah.
Abe's not the kind of guy to just coast and try to keep this to a decision. He's going to try to win this dang match.
This is a good match. Abe's going to come back out and battle again. Like I said, we talked about the hand fighting earlier. Dustin's a left leg lead. He clubs hard with that right
There's
hand.
That
He's on that swing single again. Abe does a good job of countering. Looking for a little bit, some stuff upper body, try to inside out trip there. These guys, this is some high level stuff here. It's those basic things that they're doing with their hands and moving the guy and making sure they're moving.
What?
Oh, they go for caution to 1 for fingers here.
Wow, that was quick and confirmed.
That was 20 seconds into the
Usually there's a verbal. Well, that gets that challenge point back, right?
Now it's
but that's also that caution's that's a criteria, So
Dustin's got an underhook. Gabe's in the.
He's just he's really outmaneuvering him right now.
Abe, as of right now, has not been able to keep up with Dustin's fakes and movement right now.
Well, I interviewed Plott after he beat Folk, and he talks a lot about how everybody knows the lefty swing is coming, so he's doing fakes in other directions, trying to get guys to bite hard on the fakes and then wrestling off of those fakes. So it's that evolution that all guys have to continue to win as they move up the ladder. Sweep again.
He is on it. He is getting there. Abe's got good pressure down on him right now with that hip pressure.
Looks like it's going to be a stalemate here.
Dustin's just kind of hanging out, keeping that leg. Yep, still back up to the feet. 149. Score is 4-1. Plott.
I miss the old illegal Illinois singlets, Hardell.
You know what? You bring that up. I was just talking about somebody about that a couple years ago. The old low cut. I remember I used to wear a Monday wear, Kenny Monday singlet. I had a blue and a red one. Yeah, and it had that low
long
cut,
legs.
that low cut with the long legs down to your knee.
The KJ and Kenny Monday singlet.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I put that bad boy on. I felt like I was Kenny Boo out there.
Well, it's interesting you say that, Dave. Hardell sits on the Oklahoma USA board, and I do as well. And that's one thing we're trying to do as a state is really kind of streamline our look. Where people, you walk out on the map, people go, oh, that's the Oklahoma Outlaws. That's a singlet. Minnesota Storm's done it.
Whoa. Hold us real quick. They went caution and one.
Caution one again.
For fingers. Sorry, we'll come back to it, but that's 2 points now.
No, I think they confirmed.
You were talking about streamlining Oklahoma.
I just think, like when you have a situation like Illinois had where they were, very identifiable, they took the mat, you knew that was an Illinois team. I think that goes a long way in helping build your state pride and your state unity. And Minnesota Storm's done it, and we're, trying to stick with the look and continue building a brand for the state of Oklahoma right now. So, it's interesting you mentioned the singlet because, those things do matter.
We got 30 seconds left, and as crazy as this is, if Abe gets a takedown, he wins the match.
Yep. He really has not.
I know he hasn't, but I would obviously favor Plott here, but this is what those fingers calls have really changed some things up. He's got no cushion. He's got to wrestle here.
Dustin's keeping his hands on him. He's still doing a good job moving. Abe is coming. Dustin's got his hips down. Oh, we're tough right here in this position.
Nice little limp arm.
Nice
he's going to try to go behind.
There's 2 seconds left. Nice match, fellas. Good match.
Wow.
Good match.
Really good match.
Stuff. Good match.
That gets Oklahoma on the board. They'll make it 5-3 Illinois after 2 matches.
These guys are just worn out. That was good. Good hand fighting in that position. Dustin Plott dug deep. Abe was going out there trying to win. It was good. Now